Last time out, we stumbled against Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. So our quest to retain the Premier League seemed to hit a little bit of a hitch after such a good start to the season. And then we managed to get through to the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup in our quest to win that for a fourth consecutive time. Today, we face an Italian side in our quest to win the one trophy we haven't yet won in this series, the Champions League. Hello and welcome to episode 80 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games: AC Milan in the Champions League phase, fourth game, and then we have a Premier League game away to Everton at Bramley Moor Dock, something like that. I know it's got an apple and Moor, which I think is the Moors used to be in Liverpool and all the rest of it. Before we continue on today's episode, I'm recording this the day after it was announced by Sports Interactive that they're going to do some fantastic new things to FM24 and indeed FM25. Lots of things to be excited about with Football Manager, and what other than a best time to subscribe to the channel and keep up to date with all that's going on in Football Manager going forward. And of course, as the exciting things start to pop their heads above the parapet, we'll be on top of them and bringing it to you, and also of course playing when it comes out, the beta version and the full version. And the other thing is, we might now we know we might start a save because we can transfer it to FM24. What can we say? I mean, it's fantastic, and I wasn't party to that. Obviously I'm not big enough in the scale of Sports Interactive to be taken down to headquarters down in London and shown around, etc. But who knows? Sometime or other we might get there. But for now, we just concentrate on FM23 and our Making Chelsea Stand Proud save, and we're bringing up to date what's been happening. Last time out, of course, Tottenham, a 1-1 draw against them. Kai Havertz getting our only goal, and then we had a 6-0 win against Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup, and the draw that we saw for the next round against Brighton down in the depths of December. But before that, Champions League qualification has got to come to the door, and that's what we're trying to do today in our first game up against Milan. But Brentford was the other game that we played off camera, a 5-0 win against Brentford. A pretty comprehensive, really. 28 shots, 10 on target, 7 shots and 2 on target for Brentford. 3.87 on the old XG, 58% of the possession. We did change it very, very slightly because we've been playing with two defensive midfielders. As it was, we actually matched up against them here. But what we played was still a 4-3-3 effectively, but with two central midfielders and a defensive midfielder, and still our two wide players. So it seemed to go rather well. So potentially we'll stick to that system today, see if it bears us any fruit, A, in the Premier League, but B, in the Champions League phase, which we could do with getting a win in, because we're down in 14th. And as I said last time out, a win, it's so close. A quick win here would push us up the table. Milan have actually played 4 games and have had 7 points. They've won 2, Freiburg and Athletic Club. They've drawn against Monaco, and they've lost to Red Bull Salzburg. So that's how they've gone. Just to recap for us, we played 3 games. We've beat Real Sociedad and Nordjylland, both 2-0, losing to Real Madrid 2-0 in that last Champions League game. And we need to see if we can pick up that win on the road at the San Siro today We've never played Milan before in this series, so it is going to be a baptism of fire. And then we've got Everton in the Premier League. We've played them 7 times, winning 5, drawing 2. Last season, we drew with them at Everton. In fact, the last couple of times that we've been to Bramley Moor Dock, we've not managed to get more than a draw, 1-1, 2-2 and a 3-3, though we beat them on penalties. But every time we've been to Bramley Moor Dock, it's not really done us any good. In fact, we've been to Bramley Moor Dock twice and Goodison, so we're not been good on the road at Everton. Let's hope that will change today. We'll have a look at that a little bit later. Right, let's jump into the episode then. Get on with the games. Milan up first. Let's have a look at the team that will face Milan. And there you didn't see the side that played against Brentford in the last Premier League game. It is pretty much the same side. Maignan continues in goal. Chilwell, Fofana, Timber and James. Our defensive line, the only difference is Fofana is in instead of Eric Garcia. No particular reason. No particular reason. But Fofana has been chosen. Rice as the defensive midfielder. Dewsbury Hall and Savic in that central midfield. Koeman, who scored a hat-trick against Brentford, out on the left. Raheem Sterling out on the right. Havertz leads the attack up front. And then on the bench we have Carnasecchi, Garcia, Mount, Rodrigo, who picked up a knock, but a thigh injury, but he seems to be all right. He's on the bench today. Koulibaly, Fernandes, Tell, Kante, Otavio, Barbosa, Cucurella and Kovacic. Tell coming back from injury. He can play him for about 75 minutes, I think it is, if we want to. Did I say? Yeah, Mount is on the bench. Sure, I was just a bit concerned there that Mason Mount wasn't on the bench. Wondering whether, I think what we'll do is we're going to replace Rodrigo because he's not fully fit with Andrew in. So that is the team then that will face AC Milan. As the teams come out, there are the teams for you on the team sheet. And just before the teams come out, Gakpo in the Milan side for this one, alongside Ketelia. And our Chelsea side, a 4-3-3. And the early highlight, a corner. James to take the corner then. Swings it in. All just headed wide. Not quite sure who that was. It was Declan Rice. James with a throw in on that far side. Jurgen Timber. Fofana. Rice. Back out to James. James finds Sterling. Dewsbury Hall back to Sterling. James moving it around nicely. Not moving forward very much though. Timber, Fofana, out wide to Chilwell, who's already picked up a yellow card. Koeman, who was in excellent form last time out. Dewsbury Hall, Chilwell crosses it, is in the net. And it's Savic getting the goal after 19 minutes, I think. And we go 1-up against Milan. Koeman, Dewsbury Hall, Chilwell with a first-time cross. And Savic getting up. James with a throw in on that far side. Thrown in. It's headed clear, but not all the way. Chilwell's there again. Chilwell having a good game so far. Cross it in. And there's a penalty call. Not quite sure what went on. Looking at the ticker at the bottom. It is a penalty. Havertz missed a penalty in the last game. He's not missed this time. Straight down the middle. And Havertz gets his 18th goal of the season. 3-0 on 37 minutes. And he's something I've been doing quite a bit recently is actually trying to work out what actually happened here. Right, let's have a look. Because it all happened so quick. James with the throw in. It's headed out. Chilwell picking it up. As I say, he's been having a great game. Came into the area, crossed the ball in, and Havertz has been tripped. As he tries to get that ball away, he's been tripped by Kalulu. And that's what happened there. Just see the penalty again. As I say, straight down the middle. If the goalkeeper stood still, he'd have caught it. Hernandez, who we've been looking to buy at one point. He's at Milan. That's gone out wide, and this is the first attack we've seen of Milan. I don't want them to get a goal back. And Maignan dropped that one. It's cleared. It's gone out for throw. The throw that ensues, it's cleared, and Koeman heads that. It was a bit of a weird move, wasn't it? The ball bounced, he just headed it, tried to get it into touch, didn't quite make it. And Milan getting back into this at the moment, and we need to quell them at the minute. Calvert crosses it, it's headed in, and Leo gets one back from Milan, and just shows they're dangerous when they get going. Maignan should have had that. And it's Milan again. Not got through to half time, and we certainly can't let them get a second goal back. It would. Kluivert is in, and Fofana felled him. It's outside the area. It's not a penalty. That is for sure. VAR will look at it to see if it is, but I'm pretty confident it's outside. But we still didn't want to give a free kick away where it is. And Gakpo with the free kick. Crossed in. It's headed clear. James not got there. James back to Maignan. Maignan, Timber, Maignan, Chilwell. Chilwell comes away with it. Chilwell cuts it inside Koeman, who cut in there very nicely, but he's lost that ball. And they come again. Kluivert, who's marking Kluivert out here? He's not marking him very well. Chilwell calls for a penalty, but nothing given. I'm considering VAR has looked at that. And it's a torrid end to this first half. We've been on top for such a long period, and Chilwell's going to get beaten again, and it's... exactly the same move. And we have managed to get through to half time without any other damage, but that was torrid end of the second half there. 42 minutes and into injury time, and that man Leo getting a brace, which come back as 3-0 up. We will look as if we were coasting this game, but they've come back at us, which is a bit of a worry. 12 shots, 6 on target, 1.08, 62% of the possession. That's where it's all gone. We need to be picking it up in midfield. The midfielder's not doing particularly well. I'll have a look at half time. We've had 8 shots, 4 on target, which is 50%. 1.51. We need more shots, more same sort of percentage on target. Hopefully we'll pick up some more goals. 38%. We need more possession. That's what we need. And our first highlight, 58 minutes on the clock, and it's Milan with the highlight, and only a goal behind now, and Leko's going to get in again. Oh, Calvert back across, and Maignan. What's going on? And Ketelaere is allowed to put that away to get the equaliser. Maignan is having a howler. James misses that ball, and Leo was in. James not having a good game. He's coming off. Oh, Maignan punched that out. I'm not sure whether it went over the line in the first place. Well, with 60 minutes on the clock, we're making 4 changes right now. Reece James, who's having a poor game, and really, I could say, I think he's been responsible for a few of those goals. He's just simply not been able to mark out Lecco specifically. He's been giving him all sorts of torrid time out there. Garcia is just that fraction taller. Albeit I am tempted to... Is Yaron Timber? He's not. He's shorter. So that doesn't quite work. But anyway, he's not been playing particularly well. Dewsbury Hall also not playing particularly well today. Mason Mount comes on for him. Declan Rice comes off as the defensive midfielder. Kante comes in and has switched to the deep-lying playmaker. And Raheem Sterling also having a poor game. He has come off and we've brought on Gabriel Barbosa. We need to go out and find a winner. And an attack has been thwarted. Gakpo is out. We really are looking poor. Maignan getting down nice for that. Throw in Hernandez. They were 3-0 down. They've come back to 3-3 and they still earned. If we've thrown this away, well, I despair. And we have. Absolutely. Gakpo and Leo, he's scored and he's dearie me. Ben Chilwell. A complete turnaround by Milan, 3-0 down, and they've won it 4-3, or winning it 4-3. With 71 minutes on the clock, we've brought on Koulibaly to replace Yaron Timber. Yaron Timber, again, having a poor day at the office. Mount with the corner, swings it in. It's just gone over the top from Fofana. Hernandez and Milan again. Oh, dear. And they just look a threat every time they have the ball now. That was well cut out by Havertz. Havertz to Mount. Mount holds the ball up. Chilwell. Chilwell comes forward. He's still got the ball. Mount. Koeman. Mount. Kante. Kante swings it out wide to Garcia. Garcia has Barbosa there. Barbosa inside to Savic. Kante. Koulibaly. Oh, he's given that ball away. It was looking so good up until then. Shot from distance. He's come back off the crossbar. Maignan just stood and watched it. Mason Mount with a corner on that far side. Swings it in. It's in. Wesley Fofana. His first goal of the season. What a time to score it. And I think we may well get a draw, which I'd like to think we deserve in some respects, but I'm not sure. We've thrown this away up to this point. Can we get a winner now? Chilwell with a throw in. And that ball forward's been tackled and wasn't going anywhere. And Milan have it. It's cut out by Barbosa. Have it! Saved by the goalkeeper. Goes out for a corner. Mason Mount on that far side then. He's going to swing this in. Swings it in. Fofana again. Just over the top this time. And it's all over. We've managed to recover ourselves and get a draw. Wesley Fofana coming on. I think he seemed to be a bit more comfortable when Koulibaly made an appearance, and Mason Mount seemed to pick it up a little bit. So 17 shots, 9 on target, 50%, 2.66, 41% of the possession. That's where we lost the game. Didn't ever get possession back. They had 21 shots, 12 of which were on target, 2.21, 59% of the possession. It was a very topsy-turvy game, and a game we should have won. 3-0 up at one point, and only managing to scrape a draw, and I mean scrape a draw, 4-4 in the end. Oh dear. And that poor result against Milan sees us down in 15th place, and we're going to be struggling here if we're not careful to manage to get into the top 8, albeit we do have some slightly easier games. We have Inter to play, of course, the other Milan side, and I can't remember who the other players, the other teams are now, but we do have a few to play, but so far it's not going our way. So with that disappointing result behind us in the Champions League phase, as I said, it leaves us down in 15th place. And we've got it all to do. The other teams that we've got to play Inter, which will be in the next episode. Then Rangers. And we finish up with Freiburg and Stuttgart, which games we feel we should win both at home as well. But the Inter game is at home. The Rangers match is away from home. So back to Italy. Back to Scotland for the Rangers game. We'll have to see. I'm not counting any chickens right at this stage. First of all, though, we've got a game against Everton to play. Everton currently in 15th. As we said, they currently have played them 7 times. Not lost to them, but the last 3 times that we've been to Everton, we've only managed to scrape a draw. Let's hope that we can change that today. I just had a look at the data hub for the last match against Milan, and I noticed one thing. We scored our 3 goals pretty much against the run of play. If you look at that first half, they had 35 minutes of that game. We only had about 10 minutes, if anything. We scored 3 goals in those 10 minutes, really against the run of play. And looking at the possession, that was also the case. We had a much better second half, where we had 30 minutes of the game. But having said that, they got 2 goals back right at the end of the first half. They got their other 2 goals back in the when they were on top. So it just goes to prove the point I was making, that it wasn't really our game, that one. They were on top. We didn't really intercede in them. Maybe we should have played with 2 defensive midfielders. Who knows? It's done now. And this is the team that will face Everton in this Premier League game, and it's Maignan in goal. Cucurella comes in for Chilwell on the left-hand side. Rice, Timber and James make up the rest of the back line. Kante is the defensive midfielder. Fernandes as the deep-lying playmaker. And then Milinkovic-Savic as the Mazzala. Otavio out on the left. Sterling out on the right. Havertz leading the attack. Karnashevsky, Koulibaly, Kovacic, Rodrigo, Garcia, Mount, Tell, Fofana and Dewsbury Hall make up the bench. And these are how the 2 sides line up for this. Bruno Lage is the manager at Everton in this sphere. De Gea in goal for Everton. Malenko, Braithwaite, Godfrey and Anguilla are the defensive line. Lusart as a defensive midfielder. Berger and Onana in central midfield. Richarlison out on the left, McNeil out on the right, and Nketiah up front for Everton. On the bench, Pickford, Mina, Gordon, Pedro, Paqueta, Campbell, Stradic, Telles and Brian Waugh. And first highlight, 30 minutes in, James with a corner is cleared by Everton, but only far. Cucurella picks it up in defence, comes forward and goes all the way back to Maignan, which I'm not sure why. Rice, Kante out wide to Reece James. Reece James finds Sterling. Sterling crosses it, and it's Otavio gets his first goal of the season. And on 31 minutes, we take a 1-0 lead. Built from the back. Very quick counter-attack. Sterling crosses it in. Otavio gets ahead to it. And away. Sterling now. James. James finds Yoran Timber. Kante over the top for Sterling. Sterling's been fouled. VAR will look at it. It looks like a penalty to me. Sterling trying to turn on the ball. It is a penalty. And it's Havertz will step up. And he's put that one away. His 19th goal of the season. 2-0 after 40 minutes. Oh, off the post. Everton with a throw-in. McNeil out there, and we know what happened against AC Milan. We mustn't let the same happen again. Berger, oh my goodness me. Well, I'm absolutely speechless. Maignan he's going off form rapidly. He's making some horrendous mistakes, including the goal that Everton got back there. Berger, I mean, it was all unbelievable. Carnesecchi is looking like he's going to get back in the... And he might even get on at half-time. I haven't made my mind up yet. Well. 4 shots, 1 on target. That one that went in the back of the net, 0.23, 50% of the possession. We've had 5 shots, 3 on target, 1.38, 50% of the possession. Tavio and Havertz, the scorers. But I still lost for words, to be fair. And our first highlight of this second half, it's Everton and we have a corner. James with a corner, but De Gea is there. And highlight continues. It's been rolled out. We're lacking a bit of form. We're just missing something. I think we need a defender. Oh, that's well won. Havertz, Sterling. Sterling in the area. Sterling flashes it wide. And with 61 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes, Kante comes off. Mason Mount comes on as the deep line playmaker. And Declan Rice has come off in defence. Wesley Fofana comes on for him. And with 81 minutes on the clock, we're making our final changes. Milinkovic-Savic is off. Mateo Kovacic is on for him. We have also taken off Raheem Sterling. Rodrigo, coming back from injury, is out on the right. Oh, excuse me. On the right. Normally we play on the left. Let's switch him to the left. And we'll play Otavio out on the right. Kai Havertz, who is tiring. He's had a couple of good games. Not scored today. Oh, he has scored today. He's been replaced by Matthias Tel, also coming back from injury. A chance for Matthias Tel to get back on the score sheet. I think that's pretty much our changes. All done. No more highlights, and we've broken that hoodoo at Everton. Didn't look like it at one point. The goal from Berger turned to be nothing more than a consolation. Disappointing, all said and done. But Maignan did improve a little bit in that second half. Still some poor performances from key players. Don't know whether it's tiredness or what, but we've ended up 8 shots, just 3 on target. They've had 8-3 as well. They've had 53% of the possession. We need to be winning this possession. I think it's midfield that's not doing it. 1.59, that's the only difference. We put away our chances and probably were lucky to have got that penalty, which is the difference really between the two sides. Otherwise, it's pretty even Stevens again. And just for a short space of time, we do go back on top by virtue of Manchester City playing later in the day. Other results, Leeds beating Sheffield United. So Sheffield United now dropping away along with Wolves. Newcastle beating Fulham 3-1. So they're up into 4th place and motoring at the moment. They're doing very well. Liverpool, though, only managing a draw against the bottom of the table. West Ham means that they've dropped off a little bit there, losing 2 points. And that's good news for us because it means we've got 8 points over Liverpool. We need Manchester City to lose to take up the top spot. I'll be back in just a moment to let you know how the final score in their game went. And it didn't go our way. Manchester City beating Middlesbrough by 1-0. Wolves only managing to draw against Leicester, which means that we do have a 7-point gap over Wolves now in 3rd place. But we're still those 2 points behind Manchester City. We just need to keep matching them score for score at the moment. Hope they make a slip up at some point or other. It's between the two of us at the moment. that 7-point gap down to Wolves in third, Aston Villa, Norwich and West Ham in the bottom as it stands at the moment. We're going to play Fulham offline. There is a international window coming up, so we've got 14 days down to the next game. Then we play Fulham, which, as I say, we will play offline. We'll be back for Inter Milan and Brighton, a dress rehearsal for the Carabao Cup quarter-final against Brighton down at the Amex. So we'll be seeing that game in our next episode. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. Of course, our other series going out, To Be a Legend as well, will keep you up to date with that. If you want to keep up to date with what's happening, the best way of doing it is to follow me on Twitter. At JustOffside2 is how to do it. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be out on Tuesday and it'll be episode 81. Until then, I wish you a very good weekend. Bye-bye.